you in the streets, because it was like, dang, if she held him down.
So even if me and Yandy decide to break up, it's no one's business but our household.
Right.
Right? So if you see me acting inappropriate, it's appropriate for me. It's maybe not for you. Sorry, you was in our bedroom when we had this conversation, and you know and that's the problem, because a lot of times these rumors, you know, we so private that we sit back and we laugh at it.
What's the status of you and Yandy right now?
Are we not together?
Y'all not together. So y'all getting a divorce?
Well, we never was like legally married, so I don't know what a divorce. Like.
So the rumors are true that y'all was never.
Mendeecees Harris and Yandy Smith spent nearly a decade as one of reality TV's most beloved couples, and millions of fans believed their love story was unbreakable. They weathered time apart, baby mama drama, and constant rumors while building what looked like a solid partnership both on screen and off. Viewers watched them exchange vows on national television, celebrated when he came home, and defended Yandy every time someone questioned her loyalty. What nobody expected was that Mendeecees himself would confirm they were never actually married, and that bombshell turned out to be just the beginning of a much messier story involving Tamar Braxton. The chaos kicked off when Tamar suddenly found herself at the center of serious accusations about getting too close to Mendeecees behind Yandy's back. Those whispers became full-blown rumors almost overnight, and what made everything worse was Tamar ending up in the hospital with facial injuries under mysterious circumstances. The internet immediately started playing detective, trying to connect the dots between her injuries and her connection to Mendeecees. May 2015 gave us one of the most talked about wedding specials in love and hip-hop history when VH1 aired Yandy and Mendeecees exchanging vows. Yandy walked down the aisle in a stunning gown while celebrities packed the venue, and Mendeecees stood at the altar looking ready to make things official. Here's the thing though. They never signed the paperwork, which meant that whole ceremony with all the vows and tears was never legally binding. Yandy actually admitted this on the show years ago, calling the wedding purely symbolic, but most fans either missed that detail or forgot about it over time. The decision to skip the legal part came from Yandy herself, according to Mendeecees. Back when they planned the wedding, he was dealing with court battles and piling up fines that could have complicated her finances. Yandy suggested holding off on signing anything official, and he agreed without much pushback since they figured they would handle it later. That later never came though, and they even held a second ceremony in Dubai without making anything legal. Mendeecees now admits it worked out in their favor since no legal marriage means no messy divorce. But for fans who invested years into their love story, the revelations. Understanding what Yandy sacrificed puts everything into perspective. Back in 2013, Mendeecees received a sentence of 8 years on substance-related charges after the feds claimed he moved serious substances. Yandy responded by becoming the face of loyalty, raising their kids alone while expanding her businesses and showing up for him at every opportunity. Visits, public declarations of love, and advocacy work all became part of her routine, and fans praised her constantly for standing by her man through everything. Everything shifted in 2020 when Mendeecees came home after serving about 4 years, and that's when cracks started showing. The two appeared on VH1's Couples Retreat, and during one segment, Yandy asked him directly whether he would have held her down the same way she did for him. His response became one of the most discussed moments from that show because he hesitated before admitting he didn't know. That answer landed hard for viewers who watched Yandy sacrifice for years, and the love story suddenly looked a lot less balanced. Summer 2024 brought Tamar Braxton's project Heartbreak Retrograde, a short film paired with a 6-song EP that featured Mendeecees as her love interest. Nobody thought much of the casting initially since celebrities collaborate all the time. That changed when blogger Funky Deneva came forward with accusations that shifted how everyone viewed the situation, claiming the chemistry between Tamar and Mendeecees went far beyond acting.
We gonna sit up here and say, after he was digging in between your thighs at that roof, Chris, and he got up and went to the bathroom, that the conversation was, y'all, I can't. He just my friend. He just my friend. I can't. I mean, and then I said, Tamar, ain't he married? He ain't married. They not married. They just do that for the show. They not married.
Funky's claims included specific details that made them harder to dismiss. He alleged Mendeecees kept showing up whenever he and Tamar hung out, almost like it was coordinated. One night stood out when the three went to dinner at Ruth's. Chris and Mendeecees appeared out of nowhere. What happened later became explosive because Funky claimed he witnessed Tamar cuddled up with Mendeecees in the back of an Uber, all over him in a way that went beyond friendly. The whole situation made him uncomfortable since it happened right in front of his face, and he insisted they had been sneaking around for a while. When everyone went back to Tamar's place afterward, Funky chose not to go upstairs because he felt they wanted privacy, so he drove himself home instead. Hours later, Tamar posted on social media that a friend found her badly hurt at her home. She revealed facial injuries, problems with her mouth, and the fact that she was still recovering from whatever happened. The part that fueled speculation was her claim that she had no memory of what caused her injuries. Fans started theorizing immediately, and because Funky was one of the last people seen with Tamar, accusations flew in his direction, forcing him to defend himself publicly. Funky went live explaining he had nothing to do with what happened to Tamar.
Now listen, let me just go ahead and get this out the way. Okay, before we even get to the top of the show, I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm talking about Tamar Braxton.
He described waking up to texts from her mentioning dental injuries without any explanation of how they occurred. His frustration showed when he talked about begging her to clear his name while she stayed silent and let the internet criticize him. That silence pushed him to reveal everything he knew about her and Mendeecees, stating plainly that if anyone knew what happened that night, it would be Mendeecees and his friend, since they went upstairs with her. Online speculation got wilder as people tried piecing together the timeline. Rumors suggested Yandy might have discovered what was happening and confronted Tamar directly, with some theorizing things escalated physically. None of this has been confirmed though. Tamar's dentist eventually addressed the injuries publicly, explaining they appeared consistent with somnambulism, which most people know as sleepwalking. Medical evaluations ruled out other causes, leaving sleepwalking as the only explanation, but the speculation refused to die down. Tamar tried focusing on promoting her music, while defending against rumors connecting her to Mendeecees.
I do not go with Mendeecees. Stop. I said that yesterday. I haven't seen him since my premiere party for Heartbreak Retrograde. Y'all are on that.
To be honest, I barely even know him.
Okay.
To be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not like, we're cool,
Yeah.
but we're not like my homie. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
It's not
right.
like that. And he just got casted in a film, and here we are.
Her statement denied everything firmly, calling the allegations hurtful and untrue while emphasizing how hard she worked on Heartbreak Retrograde all summer. She pointed out the rumors affected families and children who never asked to be part of any drama, and she maintained her relationship with Mendeecees never went beyond professional collaboration. December 2024 brought the bombshell that reframed everything. Mendeecees sat down with Young Jock on Streets 94.5 and confirmed he and Yandy were no longer together, revealing they had actually been separated for over a year without telling anyone. And then came the part that shocked viewers.
What's the status of you and Yandy right now?
Are we not together?
Y'all not together. So y'all getting a divorce?
Well, we never was like legally married, so I don't know what a divorce. Like,
So the rumors.
His statement that they were never legally married in the first place. 20 years together and they couldn't get on the same page is how he described what went wrong. Despite everything ending, he credited Yandy with helping him become who he is today. News spreading gave Tamar a sense of vindication after weeks of being called all kinds of names for allegedly pursuing a married man. With Mendeecees confirming he wasn't legally married and hadn't been with Yandy for over a year, Tamar felt people owed her an apology. Her response included posting her Cash App handle with a price list for various insults she received. Some found it hilarious while others called it petty, but her point came through clearly since she took all that heat for something based on false information. Not everyone felt ready to give Tamar a pass though. Critics pointed out Mendeecees and Yandy presented themselves as a couple publicly for years, regardless of paperwork, meaning Tamar should have stayed away from that mess. Others directed frustration at Mendeecees for letting Tamar absorb criticism without defending her or clarifying things sooner. Many believe he used Tamar to announce his breakup publicly, then abandoned her when backlash got intense. Yandy's direct response has been quiet, but her social media tells a different story through cryptic posts aimed at Mendeecees. One mentioned losing respect for someone who knew her world was falling apart and still added to the chaos. Another addressed the difference between people who love you, people who enjoy being around you, and people who only care about what you can do for them. Reports suggest Yandy already knew Mendeecees was stepping out, but finding out the other woman was Tamar Braxton specifically blindsided her completely. Where things stand now puts all three in very different places. Mendeecees appears to enjoy his single life, posting videos bragging about how good freedom looks. Yandy seems focused on herself, her children, and her businesses. Tamar remains waiting on those apology payments while processing what this experience put her through. The biggest unanswered question is what actually happened to Tamar that night and whether the full truth will ever come out. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like and subscribe, and stay tuned because this story probably isn't finished yet.